So here we will start with the solution of assignment 5, week 5 assignment 5 solution. Okay, so पहले क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करते हैं. So पहला क्वेश्चन है, which of the following relations cannot be a function? We know that many one can be a relation. This can too be a relation, but one many cannot be relation because the mapping should be in such a way that one element of domain cannot be mapped to multiple elements of codomain. It can be true that multiple elements of domain can be mapped to single element of domain, but here these are both different statements and therefore one many relation is not true. Okay, so second question is bit calculative, so I will leave it for you. Try it yourself. This is very easy question. Just substitute the value of x and y and you will get the value of f12. Okay, so let's come back to the third question. If there are 120 one-to-one functions from A to B and cardinality of B is equal to 5, then cardinality of A can be. So let's suppose the cardinality of A is x here. Okay. So we know that in one function, the total number of one functions from a set A to B is cardinality of set B P cardinality of set A. P is the permutation here. So B, P, A. B and A are the cardinality of the sets. So we have assumed the cardinality of set A to be x. So 5 Px equal to 120. Total number of one function is given here. So 5 Px equal to 120. Thereby you will get the value of x equal to 4 after calculating from here. Okay. Now let's come to the fourth question. Let x, y, z be sets of sizes x, y, and z respectively. A equal to x into y. Let S be the sets of all subsets of A. Then the number of functions from S to Z. Okay. So A is the set of x into y. Okay. So x into y means what is the cardinality of set x? It is given x. And the cardinality of set y is given y. So cardinality of set A will be x into small x into x small y. Okay. Now it's saying that let S be the set of all subsets of A. Means S is the power set of A. So how many elements we will have in this power set? 2 to the power xy. And now it is saying then the number of functions from S to Z. Okay, so we know that number of functions is equal to 2 to the power n. Okay, we know that this from a lecture. This is the formula. Number of functions are 2 to the power n. So we have the number of we have the value of n equal to 2 to the power xy. Already we got from here the number of elements in power set. So we will do 2 sorry. Then the number of functions from z s to z. Okay, so the cardinality of see, we know the formula that total number of functions equal to if total number of function equal to if A is pointing to B, then cardinality of B to the power cardinality of A. This is the formula. I stated wrong formula in starting. Sorry for that. This is the formula. If A is pointing to B, then the number of functions will be cardinality of B to the power cardinality of A. So here we have the cardinality of Z given. S to Z is S is pointing to Z. So cardinality of Z we know as a small z given here, small z. So Z to the power, what is the cardinality of S? This power set 2 to the power xy. So first option Z to the power 2 x to the power xy is the correct answer. Okay, fifth one, I think there is some kind of error in this question, so I have asked them to clarify. After clarification I will give the answer of this also. This is also a very simple question. Using graphs we can solve it. Now let's come to the sixth question. Let x and y be sets containing integers such that x is this and y is this. If there exists a bijection from x to y, then what's the value of a? So whenever the question is given that there exists a bijection from x to y, then you have to consider that x and y have the same cardinality. Okay, so if you count here the number of elements, minus 12 to minus 4, how many elements you will get? You will get approximately 16 elements. Okay, so now for 4 and a, so a minus 4 should be equal to 16, therefore a equal to 20 is the right answer here. Okay, you got my point now. If if you have any certain kind of doubt further, you can ask in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all that. Now coming back to a very interesting question, I think. Which of the following is true? R G R belong to R such that Gx equal to x minus 2 is onto but not 1 1. So you can plot the graph also, because we already know that the graph of mod x how it looks like. Okay. So let's suppose we have the graph of mod x. Okay. I will tell you how to plot these graphs. Okay. First, mod x graph. This is the graph of mod x. So mod x minus 2, how what the graph will be of mod x minus 2? Just that the graph will shift 2 unit towards positive x-axis. Okay? So graph will shift 2 units toward positive x-axis if if mod x minus 2 is given. If it were x plus 2, then it must have shifted towards left 2 units. Okay, so this is the graph of mod x minus 2. So what's the question is saying? R belongs to R such that gx equal to x minus 2 is onto but not 1 1. Okay, so this is saying that this function should be onto but not 1 1. See, this function is not 1 1, because if we will draw a horizontal line parallel to the x axis, we will get two cuttings. So as I have explained earlier in one of my videos, for we need to draw a horizontal line parallel to x-axis to check whether this graph is 1 1 or not. If that graph cuts more than one point, that means this graph is not 1 1, and if it's cut only at a single point, this means that graph is 1 1. So this graph is not 1 1 because it's cutting more than 2 points, more than 1 point. Okay. Now checking whether this graph is onto or not. Okay, so if we will go to, if the value of y becomes negative, there is no mapping to that corresponding x element. So this graph is not onto function also. Okay, are you getting my point? Now coming back to second one, which of the following is true? I have to give that which of the following is true. So the first one is false. This graph is not onto. So second option, R belongs to 0 1 such that fx equal to 1 is not onto. This is correct, because fx is only mapped, this is only mapped to a single element 1. But the condition for a function to be onto is that every single element of codomain should be mapped. But here only 1 is mapped. So this will be the correct answer. This is the correct statement. And which of the following is true? Is, it's saying is, so we can stop here also, but I will check 3 and 4 also for you. So let's suppose 0 to pi by 2 r such that fx equal to sin x plus cos x is 1 1. So if you will draw the graph of sin x plus cos x, see, I have no option to write here, so I am using this Desmos. Otherwise I have drawn on copy easily. Okay, you should practice to draw on copy, because that will be a lot less headache in exam time. Okay, in exam hall. So this is the graph of sin x plus cos x. If you will draw a horizontal line, it will cut multiple times, even in between 0 to pi by 2. Okay, okay, let me see it. 0 to pi by 2 to r. Okay, such that fx equal to is 1 1. Hmm. Means this is the domain, this is the codomain. So range of x is 0 to pi by 2. Range of x is 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so this is statement is also correct. This statement is also correct. I have got a correction here, because earlier I didn't see the range. So in 0 to pi by 2, okay, so in 0 to pi by 2, in 0 to pi by 2, let's suppose here, if you will draw a line horizontally, you will get only one cut. Okay, So I think this is the right answer. This is true. Okay. So now let's come to the fourth one. So for fourth one, we can draw a graph like this. Okay. Mm, 1 upon 1 minus mod x. This is the graph of, okay. So 1 plus mod x, was it there? 1 plus mod x. Okay. So what's the question is saying? Minus in between minus 1 to 1, such that fx equal to both 1 1 and on 2. Both 1 1 and on 2, it's saying. Okay. So range is minus 1 to 1, and range means minus 1 here should be there, and 1, it is here 1. If in between you will draw a horizontal line parallel to x-axis, it will cut at more than 1 point. So this function is definitely not 1 1, and it is also definitely not onto, because if you will put the value of if you will take the value of y equal to minus 1, there is no corresponding mapping to the x coordinate. Okay, so this is not onto, and this is not 1 1. So this statement is false. Now let's come to the eighth question. So eighth question has a way to do it. Okay. So you can do this question, I think, easily. You only need to draw the graph of gx equal to x square minus 2, and then you will check that whether it is onto or not. So let me draw the graph of gx equal to x square minus 2. So this is the graph of gx equal to x square minus 2. So this is not an onto function, because if the value of y goes below this, what to say? Okay, let me check the condition first. Okay, so it's saying 2 to the minus 2 to infinity. Okay, this is correct, because in minus 2 to infinity this function is onto, because in minus 2 to infinity, for each value of y we will get a corresponding x coordinate mapping. Okay, so this is correct, but this is not correct, because function is onto from 2 to infinity. Now this is not correct. Now let's see first and second one. So we have the same function. So for the first of all, you will apply a condition here that 9 minus x squared should not be should be greater than 0. 9 minus x squared should be greater than 0. So after applying this condition, what we will get? We will get x should be greater than x should be less than 3, and x should be let me see the conditions. X should be in between minus 3 to 3. Okay, x should be in between minus 3 to 3, and we don't we so x should be in between minus 3 to 3, but we have an open interval here, so we can include 2 and we should exclude 3. So intervals will become like this: 2 close interval and 3 open interval. Okay, so we have the range minus 3 to 3, but in open interval. Okay, so minus 3 should also be excluded, and 3 should also be excluded. So we can write like this: 2 means we are taking here 2, and 3 we are excluding the 3 here. Okay, we could also have taken 2 here also, and close the interval. So this may also have been a possibility, but we will go according to the option. Now coming to the ninth question. So this is a very easy question: fx equal to ax plus b, gx equal to cx plus d, then f of g and minus g of f. So f of g will be what? F of g means at the place of x you will replace the function x with the function gx. So x will be replaced by cx plus d. So you will replace here cx plus d. Okay. So the whole thing will become acx plus ad plus b. Okay, and now for g of fx you will replace this x by fx, and this whole thing will become acx plus bc plus d. Now if you will minus f of gx minus g of fx, subtract g of fx from f of gx, you will get ad plus b minus in bracket bc plus d. And now see, you will get if you will substitute the value of d in this, so you will get ad plus b, and if you will substitute the value b here in this, so you will get cb plus d, and exactly this is what we are getting in last. So we will just replace it by fd minus gb. Okay, this is a very simple question. Now coming back to this question, so in this question we have to find the inverse of this function first. Okay, let me see where I made. Okay, yes, so we have to find the inverse of this function first. So g of f inverse a, so we will find the f inverse first. Okay, so for finding fx equal to 3x minus 3, you will replace fx by y equal to 3x minus 3, so y plus 3 equal to 3x, so x equal to y plus 3 by 3. So f inverse f inverse y equal to 3x plus 3x, sorry, let me see. So yeah, x equal to y plus 3 by 3, we will get the function. So f inverse y will be equal to y plus 3 by 3. Okay, so this is the solution which I am talking. I know this may be a bit confusing, but this is for the persons who want clarification, or who want the whether the answers are correct or not. So we can ponder over it later. We can discuss in the comment section and all. So this was for them. So we got the function f inverse y equal to y plus 3 by 3. And now what we need to do is that we need to find g of f inverse. So we have gx equal to minus 3x plus 1. So in the place of x, we will put f inverse a. So we had that function f inverse y equal to y plus 3 by 3. So f inverse a will be equal to a plus 3 by 3. So substituting a plus 3 by 3 at the place of x, we will get minus 3 into a plus 3 by 3 plus 1. So we'll get the value of minus a by 2. Okay, minus a minus 2, sorry, minus a by 2, not minus a minus 2. We will get the value of minus a minus 2. After calculation, you will get it easily. So minus a minus 2 equal to 4. Therefore, a equal to minus 6 is the correct answer. Let me submit it again. Okay, thank you. So I hope this must have helped someone. जिनको भी क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए था, जिनको भी ये देखना था कैसे बना ये, उनके लिए था ये. थैंक यू.